International Space Station flew over Tropical Cyclone Owen yesterday morning whilst Cat 2 over the southwest Gulf of Carpentaria. Welcome to another update for Force 13. Severe Tropical Cyclone Owen will continue to move eastward over the southern Gulf of Carpentaria and continuing to strengthen. Warning zone, Port McArthur in the Northern Territory, Aurukun, Queensland, Mornington Island, Karumba, Kowanyama and Pormpuraaw. Watch zone extending inland from Karumba to Aurukun as far as Georgetown, Chillagoe and Coen. And intensity at this point in time is Category 3. Bureau of Meteorology here in Queensland has extended the flood watch area. The Bureau updated their flood watch information. Widespread flooding is likely across the flood watch area over the weekend into next week, with moderate to major flooding possible in some areas. Heavy rainfall associated with the cyclone is expected across the Cape York Peninsula, the Gulf Coast during Thursday, Friday, and will extend to the North Tropical Coast for Friday evening, extending southeast through coastal catchments over the weekend. Significant rainfall has been recorded across northern parts of the watch area over the last few days. Heavy rainfall may also lead to flash flooding or local flooding. The situation will closely be monitored and additional advisories will be issued. Owen at 1 a.m. Sustained winds in the centre of 140 kilometres an hour with wind gusts to 195 kilometres an hour, located within 20 kilometres of 15.2 degrees south, 137.1 degrees east, and that's 85 kilometres northeast of the Port McArthur, 280 kilometres northwest of the Mornington Island, tracking east-southeast at 9 kilometres an hour. Following rivers, Settlement, Nicholas, Leichhardt, Lower Flinders, Norman, Gilbert, Coleman, Edward, Mitchell, Stetton, Daintree, Mosman, Barron, Mulgrave, Russell, Johnson, Tully, Murray, Herbert, Black, Ross, Bowl, Horton, Belando, Suter, rivers to Burdekin, 4 dams. That's just some. Severe tropical cyclone has recently moved east-southeast, parallel to the southwest Gulf of Carpentaria case, but is expected to take a more eastward track during Friday morning. And as mentioned, the system remains a Category 3 and is likely to continue to develop over the next 12 to 24 hours. As it moves east over open waters through a favourable environment, severe tropical cyclone Owen may reach Category 4 intensity sometime Friday. A coastal crossing along the southeast Gulf of Carpentaria case, and just recapping, between the Gilbert River mouth to Pormpuraaw, apology for the pronunciation once again, late Friday, early Saturday is likely. There is a chance that as it crosses the case, Category 4 system, and then it will weaken whilst it tracks south eastward. This is the life of the system up to a few hours ago. Very destructive winds, 195 kilometres an hour, possible right near the centre. If Owen maintains intensity during Friday, very destructive winds possible. They may also develop over Mornington Island during Friday afternoon if the system takes a more southerly track. That's an interesting comment. Destructive winds, 140 kilometres an hour, likely near the centre, may develop over Mornington Island Friday morning and afternoon. During Friday, destructive winds gusts to 130 kilometres an hour may develop between Georgetown, Cape Korea, as the system approaches the Queensland coast, gales with gusts to 110 kilometres an hour have been observed at Centre Island and may occur between Port McArthur and the Northern Territory Queensland border early Friday morning, and may extend from the Northern Territory Queensland border to Georgetown Friday during the day, including Mornington Island, extending further to the southeast Gulf of Carpentaria between Georgetown, Aurukun, adjacent inland areas late Friday, early Saturday. Heavy rainfall may lead to flash flooding may occur about the islands and coastal areas of the southwestern Gulf of Carpentaria. Early Friday morning, heavy rainfall may also lead to flash flooding across southern Cape York Peninsula later Friday and Saturday. Tides may rise significantly above the normal high tide with damaging waves, dangerous flooding from Port McArthur to Aurukun. A storm tide may develop and tides may rise significantly above the normal high tide with damaging waves and minor flooding. Now here's a look at the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's current track. They have it located 15 south, 136.9 degrees east. Maximum sustained wind 75, gusting 90 knots. Tropical Cyclone Owen, about 380 nautical miles east-southeast of Darwin, tracking east-northeast at 4 knots over the last 6 hours. Animated and enhanced infrared satellite imagery shows the compact system with a small area deep convection located around the low-level circulation, and the initial position is based with fair confidence on a 91 gigahertz SSMIS microwave image, which shows a partial microwave eye feature. The initial intensity of 75 knots is hedged between the forward current intensity estimates at T4.5, 75 knots from the model PGTW KNES, and a SATCON estimate of 73 knots. The cyclone is experiencing favourable vertical wind shear 5 to 10 knots, limited equatorward outflow channel but an excellent poleward outflow channel. Sea surface temperatures in the area remain favourable and are greater than 31 Celsius. It's tracking eastward along the southern periphery of the near equatorial ridge located to the north. However, in the short term, the NER will continue to steer the cyclone to the east. Favourable vertical wind shear, warm sea surface temperatures will allow the cyclone to increase to an intensity of 80 knots within 12 hours. Then after the 12-hour mark, the near equatorial ridge to the east will begin to steer the cyclone towards the southeast, and approaching shortwave trough will also help to accelerate the cyclone to the southeast, and the Owen will track over land by 30 hours, quickly decreasing in intensity due to land interaction. Continued land interaction will allow for the cyclone to reach an intensity of 35 knots by 72 hours, dissipating to 30 knots by 96 hours. By that mark, the cyclone will slow in forward speed and begin to turn towards the southwest. Dynamic model guidance is in fairly good agreement through the next 36 hours, indicating an eastward and then a southeastward track. However, model guidance diverges after 36 hours due to the complex steering environment and the model spread after the 36-hour mark. However, there's low confidence in the Joy Typhoon Warning Centre's track, and wave height is 22 feet.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and Fool 13 at extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.